today. I want to be as transparent as I can be throughout this like pregnancy journey. I want to share it with you guys. I want to look back on this, so I'm going to share the good, the bad and the ugly. Yeah, I've just been vomiting. But it actually feels like so good to finally be at the point where I'm vomiting, because the last weeks I've been so sick, and it's just been like this nauseous feeling, and it's so uncomfortable. Like, I can't even tell you how much I would rather any other symptom but nausea, because there's no relief from it. Like, I wake up and I feel sick, my stomach feels unsettled, I have to eat something. I eat something and then like within 30 minutes to an hour I already feel sick again, so I have to eat something else. And it's not like they say eat small meals, but small meals don't do it. Like, I have to eat like a full big meal. So I've like put on, I know this is the last thing, but I put on so much weight, I feel like, in the last like month or like 3 weeks, because I'm just eating so much carbohydrates, because it's the only thing that's giving me relief. And then, but it's such short-term relief, like every 30 minutes, every hour I'm feeling sick. So it's not really been working that well, and I've like tried everything, like ginger, biscuits, all of those things, like lemon, like anything you can think of, mints. Like, some things work and it holds me over for like a short period of time, but it's like not very good. I've also had like 2 different medications that are prescribed for sickness, which are meant to like block your receptors and stop you feeling sick. It stops me from like heaving, because that's what I've been doing a lot of in the past, like just heaving and having like loads of saliva and needing to spit. So it stopped that, but the actual feeling in my stomach, this like unsettledness, this achy feeling, this just weird that's the only way I can describe it, nauseous feeling, it's like not helped. And then like starting yesterday into today, I've just been vomiting, and I feel like at least it's giving relief, because at least when you vomit, it's horrible. I hate the sensation, my throat's burning, I need to like eat something like a mint to get rid of the taste in my throat. But like there's some relief, like I actually feel so much better now that I've like vomited. But yeah, like this is only, how far am I in? I think I'm like 8 weeks now. And like apparently I've got like another 4 weeks of this, so let's see how I hold up. But to be honest, I will take vomiting over the nausea, because the vomiting right now is giving me relief. I vomit and then I'm feeling fine. Let's see how long it lasts, but I'm feeling fine right now. But other than that, I want to stay positive. Like I've been trying, we've been trying for a while, you know. And at the end of it we get a little baby, so like that's my motivation. Like honestly, I feel so weak, like as in I can't do this, and I can't do this for much longer. So I'm praying by God's grace, like it's not going to be much longer of this feeling, and it's going to be more like back pain and aches and like fatigue. You know, I would again take that. I don't know, I've not experienced it yet, but I would take that over this at the moment, because this is just like debilitating. Like I can't do anything. I'm still at work at the minute, so like I work from home, fully remote, so that kind of helps. I had some days off last week because I was like, I couldn't even get up. Like I had to just lay down with a bowl and like a cold towel on my head. But I'm going to be asked, I have my appointment tomorrow where we hear the heartbeat finally, because we went a bit too early with the first appointment. So we're going to hear our kid's heartbeat, and I finally get my mutter pass, and yeah, the process starts. And yeah, so I think if everything goes well, then everything will go well, speaking it into existence. I'm gonna ask for like a week off work, because I don't know how people do this. It's so debilitating. Like I'm sitting at okay, I need to go. Okay, I'm back, sorry. But yeah, I'm sitting at my desk and I just feel so like weak and horrible and sick. I can't concentrate. Like I'm genuinely trying, because the reason why I even wanted to work, because I'm sure if I called my doctors, they would write me off remotely without me having to go all the way to them. But I just want something to concentrate on, because when I had that like 2 days, 3 days off work, I felt like I was just on my phone, like just doing nothing. It was so like crappy. And I personally would rather like be productive and do something, but at this point it's like you have to choose your health and rest over, you know, trying to concentrate on something. Or at least for me, it's not working. So I think I'm going to try and get a week off and just see. hopefully they can prescribe me something else that can keep like the sickness down, because I'm actually traveling, which is kind of stupid. I booked this trip before I knew I was pregnant, because I was like, I don't want me trying to hold me back, because there was a point where I wasn't like doing anything, because I was like, I just hope I'm gonna get pregnant. If I get pregnant, da 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 da. So I booked things this summer. Like, I'm going to like a Meg the Stallion Hot Girl Summer concert in Paris. I've got this trip. My husband's like planned me a surprise for my 30th. I've got like loads of little trips planned. It's early stage, but yeah, I just feel like, yeah, I'm excited, but it's this weird like phase of like the early part of being pregnant, especially when you've had losses in the past where you don't really want to tell people yet, and you don't want to get ahead of yourself and be too excited, but at the same time, like, oops, at the same time, like, this is my first pregnancy, or I wouldn't say, I don't know how to say it, but like, hopefully this is my first positive pregnancy that will end in a birth of a baby. It will, in Jesus' name. And I don't know, I'm excited and I want to like celebrate it and document it, but again, I'm just so scared. And I think tomorrow's appointment will just like reconfirm that everything's fine. You know, throwing up as well, I kept telling myself that's such a good sign, you know, that things are fine. So I think once I hear that heartbeat, then I'm like, I'm a home run. Like, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna start taking bump pictures, because your girl has put on weight. Like, I saw these people, because I would call myself skinny. I mean, I would love to call myself skinny. I'm a skinny bitch. Like, that's how I would love to describe myself. I'm relatively slim, and I've put on weight. Like, when I see all these like slim people, similar body types to me, like having babies, they're like, they like, their legs stay the same, their like butt stays the same, their belly stays the same, at least until like 3, 4, 5 months. And I feel like I'm only 2 months and like my thighs are already bigger, my belly's bigger, but I think it's because I've been eating crap, like not eating how I normally eat, because when I say crap, eating like a lot of carbs, to be honest, because I've been trying to like not make myself feel ill, but I feel like I've put on a lot of weight already. So like, anyone that knows me would know. Like, even my friend that I'm traveling with, like, I was just showing her my braids because I did these recently, and she was like, girl, your face, you put on weight. And I was like, ah. So I don't know, I mean, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's a baby that's gonna come, but I thought I was gonna be a skinny bitch. Like, I thought I could rock half of my clothes like for a long time, and it's like, I don't even know if my summer clothes are gonna fit me still. Like, I don't know. But again, this is just superficial stuff, but it's still stuff I want to share. I'm excited to meet you, baby. Like, I hope one day you'll be able to like see this video. It will be on YouTube archive somewhere, and just know how much I wanted you, how much I love you already, how much I'm suffering for you. You're a strong one out here, like making me vomit. And that's another thing as well, like, I thought would be easier this time around, because with my first pregnancy, which obviously ended with a miscarriage, I was like super sick. Like, I was worse than I am now. I was like nauseous and vomiting very early on, and it got to a point quickly where I wasn't even able to drink fluids. Like, I wasn't able to eat, and then like that slowed down, and then I wasn't able to drink fluids, and that's when I had to go to hospital, because obviously I was like very dehydrated. I hadn't drunk anything because nothing was staying down. I was like vomiting. Again, I'm praying that doesn't happen this time. I don't think it will, because I'm a lot further along than I was last time in terms of like being sick. Like, it's only just started now. But yeah, last time I couldn't hold anything down, and I was in hospital for like a week, and they were like putting me on IVs and stuff. And I met like the lady that was in my room. She was like an older lady. I think this was like her third pregnancy. And she was like, yeah, every pregnancy is different. Like, she has 2 kids, like a son and a daughter. And with them, she had like barely any sickness. I think with the son, like maybe a little, but it was very mild. And with this pregnancy, she was terrible. Like, I thought I was bad. She was like times 10. Like, for me, I just, when I was there, I was like, God, I'm so grateful. Like, it could be so much worse. Like, she was a different level. Like, once I started getting fluids and they put me on some medicine, I don't know what it was, but that stuff was amazing. I was able to like eat my dinner. I got my appetite back. I was able to drink. Like, I had like thirst and stuff. Like, I was so much better within like a matter of like days. And she, on the other hand, like anything she did, like she would try and eat, like generally eat her dinner, and it just came back up. She would try and drink, came back up. Like, she could not hold anything down, and that was with like the same medications that I was on and the same fluids. Like, she couldn't hold anything. And I think I left after a week, and she stayed, I don't know how long, but she was still there when I left, and it wasn't looking like she was going home anytime soon. So with that, like, saying like, you know, every pregnancy is different, I thought, okay, maybe one of my next ones, like, I wouldn't be this bad, or I wouldn't be sick, you know, until very later on, or it would be very short, or it'd be very mild. And that's not the case. I wouldn't describe this as mild, to be honest, but I still wouldn't describe it as extreme. Like, I know that it could still be a lot worse, but this is not mild by any means. Or maybe I'm just a weak bitch, who knows. But yeah, it's funny, like, they say all these things, but things are very different for each person. Other than sickness, 8 weeks in, let me just think, like, what are my symptoms? Like, I would say I'm super tired, or a bit more tired than normal, but nothing crazy. I would say my hormones are a little bit up, but I'm also a very emotional person. Like, I don't think it's anything obscene, but like, I've been a bit upset with my partner like a few times already, but that's normal when you're married and you've been together for 8 years. But again, I don't feel anything extreme. So I feel like on the symptom side of things, other than like the slight weight gain, but that's from my own doing. I don't feel, peeing. Sorry, this was my first symptom, actually, peeing. How did I forget? You know, like, I don't even have to drink anything, and I need to pee like every 20-30 minutes. Like, I pee so frequently. Like, it's just this feeling of you, like, you need to go. The thing is, I'm not even, like, half the time it's like barely anything, or it's really minimal, but it's just this pressure and this constant feeling and needing to go pee. And I'm so terrible, because in the night, like, I feel it, like, I don't know what time it is, maybe 2 a.m. or something, and I need to go. And like, the last pregnancy I was pretty good with this. Like, I had the feeling and then I got up straight away and went. But I'm so lazy, so I just like sleep through it, and I wake up and my bladder is bursting. So I need to really, like, I'm laughing right now, but like, I need to like change that. But yeah, in terms of how we're telling people, we discussed this a little bit. Like, my husband's more keen to like share it with his family as soon as possible. He's excited, and I just think in general he doesn't like sneaking around lying and stuff like that, because we are quite close to his family. So he would rather sooner than later, but me, just based on our experience and 2 losses that we've experienced, I personally wanted to wait until the end of the first trimester. He's fine, with whichever decision I take. You know, he said ultimately it's your choice. He'll support me, you know, all of that stuff. So we'll see. I still think, like, with my family, I want to tell them at the end of the first trimester. So I'm trying to like organize a trip in Europe where we all meet up in Europe, because otherwise I'm probably not going to go to the UK. There's nothing to do. Like, usually I go home when I have something like an event or a birthday, or, you know, something. And to be honest, I'm not really feeling going back home at the minute. So I'm just trying to look for somewhere in Europe where we can meet on holiday, have a nice little long weekend together, and I'll probably tell them there, very dramatically, and filming it, of course. But yeah, I want to do that because I want to do it in person this time. Like, the first time we told them, like, with our first pregnancy, it was over the phone, but it was still really cute. Like, we sent them gifts and we were like, open the gift on camera, because I think it was like, when was it? No, it wasn't near anyone's birthday. I just said, oh yeah, because we had moved. So we said, yeah, we moved to a new city and we got you guys some souvenirs. So we told them to open it. And then, like, for my older brother, we got him like a mug that says like uncle established like 2024. We got my dad a godfather but grandfather t-shirt. So, you know, like the godfather, but it was like the grandfather, because my dad loves stuff like that. He's very into, like, I don't know, quirky gifts, and he would actually wear it. Or he will wear it. And then we got my little brother, what did we get him? A t-shirt as well, something like uncle or funkle or something like that. So yeah, they were super excited, super surprised, so happy for us. And obviously it was like super tragic when we had to tell them, like, we lost the baby, but I'm excited to tell them this time in person, and just like seeing the reactions and getting a hug, and just knowing everything is a lot safer and further along. And that's why personally I want to tell them in June, when we're like out of the first trimester. So that's what we're gonna do with my family. And then with my husband's family, we're still discussing it. We probably will tell them around the same time, maybe slightly earlier, towards the end of May, which isn't that long out of the first trimester, like before we get out of the first trimester, so it's more or less safe, and I'm fine with that. But we haven't discussed how. And then we'll tell like the extended family, his grandparents, uncles, aunties, probably sometime in June, like when we see them. Okay, so I am reporting back to you guys the next day, and I'm gonna just cover up my name because data protection and safety on the internet, but I have my mutter pass. This is what it basically looks like. You get different ones, I think, after the years change or something like that. I don't know how they decide, but my name's at the bottom of it. But yeah, I saw some people with different coloured ones, but I got a cute pink one. I hope it's a sign. It's a little girl. I don't even care what we're having, girl, boy, egal. Like, I'm just excited. Thought I was going to be able to... Oh, my earring's coming out. Girl. Give me a minute. Okay, so I thought I was going to be able to, like, actually... I thought when they say, like, you hear the heartbeat, like, you actually hear it on a machine and it's like, dun, 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 dun. But, like, she scanned it and she was just like, look at the heart, it's going, it's going. And I guess she measured it, but, like, it wasn't the sound. So, like, it was all too quick for me to ask to film. Like, I was, like, going in there, like, I had my phone in my hand, like, I was ready. I was going to be like, Darvish filming. But, yeah, like, it just happened really quickly. She scanned. I was too busy being like, oh my gosh, everything's fine. It's heartbeat. It's grown so much. It's crazy, like, what a difference you see in, like, 2 weeks. Like, from 2 weeks ago when she looked, it was too early to see, like, the heartbeat. She said if it was a couple days later, we probably would have seen it. And it still looked like a ball. I don't even know what the ball is. But it looked like a ball. So there was, like, the sack, I guess, where the baby's inside of, and there was a ball inside, and that's all we saw. And this time it's like you can actually see a fetus. But yeah, it's actually crazy how quickly it just, like, develops. Like, obviously I know this from before, but it's just like, I don't know, I think this time I'm just more aware of everything and how, like, before I was just, like, going along with it. And this time, like, it's just crazy. God is good, like, all the time. I was praying about today, and I was just praying that everything would go well, that we would see, like, the heart moving, the heartbeat, whatever, that it would have been big enough. And she said it looks amazing, it looks great. So for me, regardless of, like, first trimester still being, like, a dodgy trimester, still gonna take it easy, still not gonna, like, overstress myself, especially, like, with gym and stuff. Like, I've been feeling so guilty about not going to the gym because I have a really expensive gym membership. But at the same time, I've not been even capable of, like, doing basic things, let alone working out. So I didn't want to put that stress on my body. So for me, just taking it easy seems to be the best thing. I've also now been written off work for the next 2 weeks, which is amazing. I was, like, going to ask this anyway, but when she heard about, like, my symptoms and stuff, she was like, no, I'm gonna write you off the next 2 weeks. And that's amazing because it just takes the stress off of having to be, like, on it with work, because I work with, like, contracts and, like, with candidates and things like that. So it is quite intense. Like, there's not really room for error. And equally, I don't want to make mistakes in my work. So I think it just makes sense to not have that stress, and I can do a little bit more around the apartment, like, I don't know, decorate or something. And, you know, maybe not now with the nesting, but just get some things done. You know, we've been wanting to get our sofa cleaned, our carpets cleaned. So just, you know, organising a few things like that, really easy tasks. But yeah, that's where my focus is going to be. And just relaxing as much as possible, walking with my dog. I think walking really does help me. Like, I've been spending a lot of time in the woods. The last weekend I was in the woods for, like, 2 hours, even though I felt so ill. But when I was walking, it made me feel so much better. So I'm just going to do the things that my body responds to. But I'm just so happy with the appointment. I've got my mutter pass. God is good. Like, I don't have any words. I just feel so good, so grateful. The next appointment's in 4 weeks. I think it's like the 5th or 4th of June or something like this. And basically I have to do a nip test. I don't know if anyone knows what that is. I will tell you after the appointment. But yeah, that will be a nip test. And I don't know what we're testing for. I think it's like where you test for, like, abnormalities maybe. But yeah, this appointment, I basically had to come in, pee, and they told me, like, every appointment you're gonna have to pee. I had to give blood.
They did my blood pressure. It was actually quite low, but she was like, if you feel good, then it's fine. I was like, I don't feel good. And she was like, just make sure you eat something before the appointment. So I was like, girl, I did eat. Like, if I didn't eat, I'll be vomiting right now. So it's kind of like, it's fine. It's still within normal range, I would say. But she said it was on the lower side. But it's nothing to worry about. I also have a blood condition. I'm like giving you guys everything. I have a blood condition called thalassemia, which means that I have like abnormal blood cells. It means that I think I'm a carrier of what's it called, sickle cells. So if my husband were to have sickles, the same thing, basically we could end up having a sickle cell baby, but he's white and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have it. I think he will also be tested or whatever, but yeah, it's nothing crazy. It just means like I'm slightly anemic. Also means that I have an iron deficiency, but I can't take iron supplements for it.
Let's take a milkfish. Okay, so this is me just a few days later. I'm still feeling like crap, but I just wanted to film this because I thought it was funny. My dog is normally very like independent and will not cuddle with me despite him being a Chihuahua. Yes, you heard that right. He does not cuddle with me at all. So I found this really funny that I was feeling unwell and he just decided to like sit on top of me. I don't know if this is his like dog senses kicking in and he just feels like protective of me, or he knows that I'm not feeling well and he wants to cuddle me, which he has literally never done. So that's why I just wanted to show you guys.